All right, let's do this before I change my mind. Let's start with the S&P, which had a little morning strength to 67.54, but we did cool back, and today's candle is black. Note the spike from the 10 MA. Note the previous spikes from around the 10 MA. Look at these. Look at these. Look at all the spikes. The market can't clear the 10 MA. It stalled again today. Now, my guess is that we do break above the 10 MA, in which case the next target is going to be the 20 MA, which is this little dashed line here, which is the middle line. And we get to maybe the low 6800s either Wednesday afternoon, which I say probably not, or more likely is on early Thursday after Micron earnings have like juiced up the tech sector. So, but yeah, black candle. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see Wednesday be red briefly. Yeah, let's move on. VIX, of course, was down again. I mean, look, this is the 6 daily decline. Look, we were 35 just recently, and now we're back to 22. We're clearly going to head in for 20. Momentum has turned negative today, so we're probably going to tick down for what? At least a few more days, maybe into early next week. And yeah, 2019, maybe 18s, early Monday, Tuesday, and then whipsaw up with 40s and 50s and 60s in April. That's my guess. That's my guess. But yeah, firstly, a little bit lower, and maybe that'll drag into next week. Moving on. How much stuff do I want to cover today? I don't know. I wasn't in the mood yesterday. I mean, let's just fly through some of these. I will cover oil, gold, and silver at the end. Yeah, not much there. Oh, I'm fading away already. American Eagle, look at that. Another black candle around the 200 day. First Majestic Silver down 2% because silver was down again. AMD flat. Amazon up. Looks like it wants to, it looks like Amazon wants to go to around 220. You have 200 day, the 50 day. You also have green gap. Maybe it'll come up to green gap. 227 or so, I guess. Definitely short-term bullish. American Express, a key stock in my view. It did settle up 0.7%. That's a black candle. Maybe it opens, maybe it's a bit weak early Wednesday, but then still whipsaws up to a green gap starting at 320. I mean, there's $20 upside in my view here. That's a valid trade. And clearly that's got to take until next week, right? I can't see 320 by Friday. That looks too difficult. So maybe it'll do 320 on Monday or Tuesday. Still short-term bullish unless 292 is taken. I do not see that happening. Moving on. Don't care about that. Boeing choppy. Oh, another black candle. And again, it's another stock that suggests it will be red tomorrow, briefly. BlackRock, solid gains in BlackRock, 2.9%. Third day up. Green gap is near. Blackstone, even better gains, 4.5%. Basically tagged green gap. Looks like green gap should fully fill. Caterpillar, what's that? Black candle? Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. But so is yesterday's as well. A lot of chop. Kamiko, don't care. Carnival, black candle. Look at that. That's horrible. That's even worse than silver. Cleveland Cliffs is down 3%. Oh my God. This is probably a $5 stock. Back to where it was last May. Terrible. Terrible. Coinbase, trying to break up and away because Bitcoin was actually Bitcoin was down, but Coinbase was actually up. I mean, you can argue, look, it's burnt off extreme oversold conditions. RSI is will be pretty overbought soon. Blackers catching a bounce, almost 3%. Disney up 1.7% on news that Iger will leave as of tomorrow. I don't hear anything about his replacement. I guess they haven't got anybody yet. But yeah, bye bye Bob Iger. Good riddance after that all that woke garbage that he rubber stamped. It's on him. Iger and KK, Kathleen Kennedy, it's just churned out endless years of woke, loss-making garbage. That's the reality. Oh, I'm barely able to keep awake. Uh, Google had a good day, up 1.7%. Nothing bearish there. Short-term bullish. It's one positive sign for the main market. Home Depot, that's not so great. It's only down 0.3, but not great. Heckler down 1% because of silver. Intel down 3.7. I mean, yesterday's candle was kind of spiky and ended bad. Gotta wonder if the S&P gets whacked, this would be the target zone. If the S&P is 5,500, Intel 2625s, yeah, that's a long way down. JP Morgan, black candle, but it is another gain. I would like to short the financials when JP Morgan is in green gap with the 200-day and the 50-day. It's a key stock to watch. KKR up 3.3% again. Yesterday's black candle failed to play out. Short-term bullish. And I've not bought it on this chart, but there is a gap to around 96. I guess I could even, you know what, I'll do it now. I'll do it now. I'll do it. Let's do it live, as Bill O'Reilly would say. Um, yeah, let's do it now. Why not? We can do it now. We can do whatever we want to do. Yeah. So KKR, let's fill this gap, right? Let's fill the gap. All right, moving on. Kinder Morgan, choppy. Not much to say there, really. Cree, choppy. Meta, yesterday's black candle played out. MP Materials, again, I got to think. I think this is going to fill the gap to 30 sooner or later. And I accept that's 50% down. Micron, new historic high at 4.5%, $500 with earnings. That's my target. Netflix, choppy. Nike, up 0.5%, black candle. NVDA, down 0.7, pretty lousy relative to the main market. The only solace is that it's still holding the 200-day. I will say Micron earnings, if Micron's at $500 on Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, then NVIDIA is probably going to be pushing at least a few percent up. ONDS had news about a purchase. I think they bought a company called In Earth or something. But anyway, it's a long-term positive. Uh, Stocks up 7%. I got to think though, this could come back if the S&P gets smashed. This could come back down to the November low around 5. I like the stock company for the long term. Pan American Silver down 1% because of silver. Palantir up 1.5%. Structure is a bull flag. I lean bullish. Palantir. Don't care about PayPal. RedCat up 9%, helped by ONDS. Transocean up 6%. Don't care. Rocket Lab 10%. Wow. Again, the only concern I have for Rocket Lab is the main market. If the main market gets smashed, Rocket Lab's got to get crushed back down to at least around here, 37s, which is basically 50% down. Tesla up 0.9%. Not a bad little bounce off the 200-day. Again, it keeps holding. I could accept bullish to the 50-day, 417, maybe next week. United Airlines up 3.2%, dragged up, pulled upwards by sister stock Delta, which raised guidance. So a third day higher. Today's candle is black, but I'm kind of dismissive of it. So still net bullish. So the green gap with a 200-day, and of course the 50-day will be down around there at near the end of the month. And also, daily momentum's going to be prone to turning positive, not tomorrow, but probably either on Thursday or Friday. So yeah, this is one stock that does support the notion of short-term bullish for a few days, maybe into next week. Yeah, chop, 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 chop. Another black candle there. Don't care. Exxon, 5th day up, near historic high. I mean, bullish, right? What else we got? Oil. Let's go to oil. Let's start with commodity. Let's look at commodity oil. Okay, looks like stock charts has finalized the chart. So officially 247, 2.6%, 95s. A little choppy. I mean, look, it's cyclically high. It's not a great position to be long. If you wanted to be long, oh look at that. That's where I was buying. I was buying there. I was buying in the 60. I was buying in 63, 64s on a Thursday morning. Nobody cared. I was thinking about it. I was buying there. Of course, I sold multiple times here. I certainly did not get out here, but I made some good money there. On a weekly chart, let's get some perspective. Perspective matters. So we're currently net lower for the week by 2.8%. We could come back down to 87s. That wouldn't be a surprise. I mean, we did it last week. We got 76s last week on a spurious percent tweet, which got deleted. Again, monthly chart. Look at that. People say, "Oh, look, it's." I mean, I would be the first person to say, "Hey, it's spiky, right?" But look, you only had momentum turn positive at the end of February. This is the March bar. The April bar is going to be up somewhere around here. The May bar is going to be somewhere up here. Maybe June, July, somewhere up here. We're going up. We've only just had a buy signal. We're going up for months, whether you like it or not. Look at this. Again, the only issue now is whether oil settles the month above or below 100. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter in my view. $95, 105. I don't care. We're going up. We're going up. Let's jump to USO on a smaller time frame, on an hourly time frame. Momentum marginally negative, prone to turning positive tomorrow. I will say there is this yellow gap which has been support multiple. Look at the times it bounces off. There's a reversal candle, bounce, early downside, bounce, cools back, bounce again. A lot of support around here. As someone who would like to go long, I'd like to buy somewhere here on Thursday or Friday. Give me some cooling to I mean anywhere somewhere here. Anywhere around 110, 108, 109, anywhere around here, I'd be a buyer. I don't think we're gonna come back down to here again. I think that was a spurious cooling wave, and mostly this is just consolidation more than anything. What else we got? Gold. Actually, do I want to end with silver or go? We'll go with gold first, then we'll do silver. Commodity gold. Actually, let's just go. Let's just do it via GLD instead. Okay, look, GLD. Let's see. That's a 5th day down. We were down point. Is that 0.3% or quarter of a percent? You can argue we're testing the fresh. I mean, look, structure is a gigantic bullish pennant, just like it was back here in October, November. So if we're going to bounce, we need to bounce right now. We need to bounce. And again, if this bullish pennant is going to play out, right? If it's going to play out, it has to play out no later than, I mean, really, it needs to play out no later really than here, maybe Monday or Tuesday at the latest, because generally pennants play out around 75% of the structure. So if it's going to play out, we need to bounce right now and then break upwards. So and if it doesn't hold, then 405 on GLD, which is $500 down. That'd be basic target. Let's go to silver. We'll start on a daily chart. I don't even got to care about commodity silver. Just got to look at SLV. Price action today. Garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage price action. Terrible. I mean, look, yesterday was a minor gain, but basically 4 days down of 5. I mean, this is terrible. Momentum is marginally negative. It won't turn positive tomorrow. It's possible it might turn positive on Thursday, and then maybe up on Friday as well. Maybe it's something I'm trying to watch, but this is garbage price action. Let's look at SLV on a 60. Actually, do we want to highlight? We'll just look at it on a 60-minute. Look, we're on the low end, right? There's no question. Cyclically low, like that, and like that. So in theory, we should go up on the into and beyond the Fed. In theory, we should go up into Friday. I mean, the idea of going down any lower is like, I struggle with that. That's unlikely. More likely we go up for a couple of days, maybe into Friday. But price action. I mean, even the closing out price action sucked. Look at that. I mean, it doesn't look much, but still, garbage morning, little bounce. I mean, I will say, look, the spike, 70.84, it does fully fill the gap that goes back to February the 20th. So that gap's done. But there's another one here. There's another bloody gap that goes all the way down to the 66s. So that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that if we take out that low and equities are red, we could be at 66s next week. I really should bail if we get any price action under that tomorrow. I'm gonna have a vain hope, and it is a very vain hope right now, that somehow tomorrow on the Fed we're gonna get a close above 74. If we can get above 74, then I can start to hope about 76, 77, 78 before the weekend. I accept it's a vain hope. It's not looking good. It's been a very disappointing trade. I mean, cyclically though, in theory, we should go up for a couple of days into Friday, maybe even Monday, Tuesday. But right now, it's garbage, garbage price action. I do want to end with the one chart I think matters more than anything. Of course, hardly anybody cares about it. So we have, how many trading days do we have left in the month? 2, 7, and 3. God, do the math, kid. 12, no, not trail. We have 2, 5, 7, and 3. 10 days. We have 10 trading days left of March. March ends on Tuesday, the 31st. 10 trading days. S&P is currently down 162 points, 2.4%. That's a third month lower of 4, although I guess if you start the clock there, it's just a second month down. We are testing the 10 MA, just as we were in March of last year. Here's what the issue I keep looking at. Momentum has been weakening since November of last year. It is due to turn negative. It could turn negative before the end of the month. If next week unravels, we could have negative momentum. But regardless whether we do it now or we do it no later than April the 1st, when we get negative momentum, that's a sell signal. The last time that happened was last April, and the market not only plunged under the 10 MA, it came all the way down, and it floored at the previous cycle high, which was 4,800s. And right now, you think, okay, 6,100s, and below that, 5,500 or so. That is my concern for April or early May. I don't really care when, but in theory, if we take out the 10 of May, but even I mean we've already tested it, but it's got to happen, right? How the hell are we not going to turn negative momentum? And back then, of course, it only leveled out because Trump backed down on the tariffs. What are we going to get this time? We're going to have Trump back down on Iran and just declare victory, or just walk away, or what? What? But anyway, look, this is going down. We're going to turn negative. That will be a sell signal. That's an extremely powerful event when it happens, and nobody cares. I'm one of the few people. I'm not the only one. There's a few others out there highlighting it, but most don't. Most don't care. Most are lost in all the news. This is telling me there's a big problem in April, just like last April. Kind of interesting setup, very similar, but for different reasons, of course. So, yeah, bearish in April. In theory, by late April, May, we should be somewhere here. In theory, I would be bizarrely shocked if we're somehow magically. How the hell are we going to go up? You tell me. How's that going to happen? We haven't even had a proper washout yet. Oh, I accept we could have a. I was going to say this one here, but look, typically October's a floor, so the market, in this case, the market rallied for seasonal factors, right? Off we went again there. Here's another great example. Break the 10 of May, down we go. In fact, look, that was, look at that. February of 2020, March 2026, March of 2020, momentum turned negative. We had a massive washout. I was a you could argue a little COVID crash there, 2191, which was even took out the 50 MA briefly. We didn't settle under it. But that's another thing. I've been highlighting that in Microsoft at the weekend and the Dow in general. What's this little green line, which is the 50-month moving average? Currently 5162. We should hold that probably. I will say if we were to have a monthly settlement under it, whenever that happens, that would be a really bearish signal. Anyway, I'm dragging on. Tomorrow's Fed day. I don't expect a rate cut. It'll be interesting to see what Powell says. In theory, the market should be net higher into early Thursday. And I'm not confident about silver though. In fact, it won't take much to even take out today's low tomorrow, which is thoroughly depressing. But hey, it is what it is. It could be worse. I could be short airlines, financials, or short oil. That'd be stupid. So anyway, I wish you a good evening and enjoy your Fed day. Good night.